Lucy, you're just back from 2 weeks in Salamanca. What did you do there?
So for the first week, I was staying with a Spanish woman who cooked my meals for me, and then during the week I'd go to the language school there and have lessons during the morning, and then in the afternoon I was free to just go out and explore the city. And in the second week I spent my time working in a shop in the city which sold some shoes and leather bag products and things.
Right, so you booked your trip through Holsbury. I rang up and made the initial contact, but after that I think they dealt mostly with you, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. They gave me an online account which I could log into and see all the process of what was going on, like that the flight was booked and that it was all paid for, and then online I would select my interests and all of the options that I could choose for work experience. And through there as well, they asked for me to create a small letter or statement of what I was like and what I intended to do with my Spanish. And
so who was that for? Who did that
for
go
the
to?
that was for the work placement that I'd be given, so they could get an idea of what I was like. And what I was hoping to get out of the experience.
Sounds like a very good idea. How long was your placement for?
In total it was for 2 weeks.
But what about the work experience?
Oh, yeah, the placement was for 4 days in total because one of the days was a bank holiday.
Right, okay. So, what exactly did you do on your work experience?
Well, when I arrived, they were very friendly, and they did realise that maybe my Spanish wasn't as up to scratch as I would have liked it to be. So the first day it was just sort of getting my bearings around the shop, and they just showed me around and the products that they sold, and I just got to watch them make the products. And then the next few days I helped around the shop a lot more, dusting the shelves and having conversations with the people that work there.
So did you speak much Spanish?
I was a bit frustrated because I felt like I should have spoken more Spanish while I was there, but perhaps I didn't quite, my Spanish wasn't quite up to scratch as I would have liked it to be. But we did manage to have some conversations and arrange things.
So, for example, did you go out with them? What did you arrange?
In fact, they were very kind, and I mentioned one day that I'd like to go for a ride down by the river, and but I wasn't sure how much the prices of the bikes that were there in Salamanca, and they looked it up for me and realised that perhaps I wouldn't be able to use the ones there, but they could arrange a bike for me to use. So I was able to use one of their bikes and ride around the city on it, which was very good.
So did they speak English? Did you arrange all that in English? Or?
No, we managed to get by talking in Spanish and pointing on a map to where I had to go, and yeah, managed it.
gained from your trip?
Definitely a whole load of experience, confidence that I didn't know I had. Well, I think when I was there, new words came up every day that I was able to remember and learn. I realised how to cope with difficult situations when maybe there is the language barrier there, that you can't quite understand things that are going on. And I just learnt that there are people out there who are very friendly and are willing to, if you don't quite understand things, that they will try and explain things in a better way to you to understand.
Brilliant. But it can't all have been that easy, so what did you find most challenging?
It was very frustrating sometimes that I couldn't speak as well in Spanish that I would have liked to, and I couldn't help out around the shop as much as I would have liked to, because they were selling very specialist things and I couldn't talk to the clients as much as I would have liked to.
So would you recommend this experience to other people who are still at school?
I would definitely recommend it to people who are still at school and have just finished learning the language, because it's still fresh in their mind and they don't have time to forget it all, which I feel like I did slightly, and I should have gone more when I realised that I should have gone fresh after school when I still had a Spanish mind and I still knew everything. I think it's a really good experience to put the Spanish that you've learned to use, and yeah.
So we haven't really explained why you went. What are you hoping to do next with your Spanish? Because you're doing animal science at Nottingham University, aren't you?
Yeah, well, my animal science course had the additional choice of choosing a European certificate. I went for this because I do have a passion for languages, Spanish in particular, and I thought it would be a great idea to include it. And so this year coming I'll be having some extra Spanish lessons, and then next year I'll go and live in Valencia for a year.
Fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully that will be a good experience.
Que lo pases bomba.
Gracias.
Cut.